talk about your journey to gaining weight and its conversion. Because not only does she have a hair salon, she also specializes in drawing up meal plans.
Yeah.
We're not going to send the business her way to do it, but she does do it. Talk about that journey, because you were first, when you transitioned, you were a tight receiver. And then just looking at you and seeing what you could hold, it was just easier, honestly, which at the time that we had, it made sense to try to convert you to tight end.
Right.
And you had to gain, you probably didn't have to gain no more than 10, 15 pounds or whatever, but you started at 205, I thought, or
205 last
205.
season. Played at 205 last season.
And then you got to what was your peak this offseason?
218.
But talk about your weight gain journey and how you had to gain weight and whatnot. And we know you like to eat, but how was that for you?
It was rough at first, I would say, but then like through like the months, weeks, as I started like kind of train my stomach, I could like digest more food without being like, oh my God, like I can't move. But like definitely we started, when did we start?
I know December. December was the first time
that we trained. Around like December, probably like January. So like January, we just started like a meal prep. So like I would just wake up in the morning, you know, I'd have to like stretch and I'd have to eat. And then I would have my first meal in the morning, and it would just be like a couple eggs, egg whites, and like a little bit of peanut butter and an apple. It's like a normal little breakfast. And then right after first period, I would eat again. It would be like the meal prep that she prepped for me. It would be like chicken and rice or something, and like broccoli. And then for lunch, I'll probably like eat the school food. And then right after school, I'll go home and then eat another meal prep. And then later for dinner, I'll eat again. And it was just that continuously.
Over and over. How fast?
And then I'd also have to work out. Like I had to work out after school. But like I started to gain weight pretty quick, I would say. I would say the muscle didn't come that fast. But yeah, the weight.
It was the first time you came here and you lifted some weights. I was like, oh man, this is gonna be a long little journey. But talk about the preparation to camp season. Because you committed first week, no, June 8th. So June 8th was like first week and a half of camp season. Yeah. But talk about that preparation to it. I know, you know, when I first saw you, you were in here, I think we were doing a little 707.
Yeah.
I think we were doing some type of 707 deal. We had met that night too as well.
Yeah.
And it was me, you, Mom, and Jabril that met. And we just kind of talked through what it would take for you to get to that process. And that was in December, and then in June, you ended up committing. Was that process frustrating? Was that process too long? Was it, you know, what was it for you? What were your expectations going through it, knowing that you had the potential to be as good as you are? But what were you thinking throughout the whole process? Because I'm trying to stress patience to a lot of players now.
Yeah, so, I mean, definitely had to be patient. Definitely had to be patient because, like, I mean, I didn't start getting looks until...
Your first P4 offer was Pittsburgh, wasn't it?
Pitt, yeah.
It was Pitt. End of February.
End of February, so okay.
That was a while ago.
Yeah.
That was actually closer than...
Okay, so that was...
Yeah, that wasn't that bad.
That wasn't that bad, actually.
That wasn't that bad.
It did feel like a while, though.
So right now, what I'm trying to stress with players is just being patient with the process and just controlling what you can control. Building up anxiety for focusing on things that you can't control, it just does too much to you. And so you had to go through the process, but it seemed long, but it was a short window.
Short, yeah.
Most people, you know, there's people who still don't have what you have right now that's been doing it for 4 years. Yeah. So for you to start in December and then to commit in June, I mean, what is that? 6
months,
6.5 months or something like that around the timeline. Yeah. And it was hard for that. And so what were you thinking as you went through that process? Because you had to give up basketball completely.
Yeah, that was different, giving up basketball. But I would say just like going to all these visits, kind of expecting something out of them, but not always getting what I expected. But just like kind of keeping my head down and keep working because I knew something was gonna come. But yeah, I would say just like staying patient and just, like keep working because like it's gonna come as long as you just keep working, put your head down. And
what were the things that when you look back at the recruiting process that you had, the short one, like what were the things that you were just like, man, like you were just really disappointed that maybe it didn't happen?
right.
You were maybe unsatisfied with the outcome of a conversation, or
Right.
like what were those things for you? And you can name the ones that come to your head. I know Purdue was one that bothered you.
So Purdue was one of them. I went there like 3-4 times just to get the same conversation every time. And I mean, I didn't. There was definitely another one. When we went up to Texas A&M, he was, texting me, sending me film, all that from the practices, and then we went up there just for him to be like, we don't have enough film. So like, there's a bunch of like conversations that I thought were gonna go better than what they did, but I mean, that's just part of it. So
yeah. Any other ones?
IU. I mean, I was hoping. I mean, I did commit before I could camp for them, but I was hoping, like, since I was a hometown kid or something, they would come through. But yeah, Ohio State as well. I felt like I had a good camp. My blocking, obviously, I had never really worked on blocking, so it was something I need to work on. But I feel like, as in a receiving standpoint, I feel like I did really well there.
And to be clear, these are disappointments prior to the commitment.
Right.
Post-commitment, everything's solid, you're good, locked in.
Yeah.
But these are just things prior to.
Right.
And really just to help establish the connection between you and people that are going to go through this, because people are going to go through this. And what are some of the conversations you hit on? One of the coaches sending you clips of what to work on, but what was the one conversation where it was like, I know this is about to happen, and then all of a sudden, nothing? And how did that, because players want to be communicated to,
Yeah.
and coaches do communicate, but sometimes coaches aren't as clear as they probably should be.
I would say Texas A&M, just because like the fact that he was texting me almost every day and just like, I need you here. I'm trying to get to know you. Like, I'm trying to see you. Just like all this. And then I finally get up there and it's like, you could have just told me this on the phone.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah.
What advice would you have? This is a first time question.
Mm-hmm.
What advice would you have for coaches that maybe are watching and will watch as it relates to the type of communication they do have with players, and maybe making it seem as if it's one thing and then it's something completely other? Because the reality is coaches know what they know if they're going to do this or not going to do this. They know. So what would you say as a player going through the process, receiving these type of conversations or communications? How does that make you feel, and what advice would you give a college coach?
The advice I would give for not leading a player on or something like that. If you're gonna like text and call that person and like tell them something and then it doesn't come through, like it's just not.
You just be transparent from the get go.
No, wait, what?
Just tell them, be transparent from the get go.
Yeah, just being transparent from the get. Yeah,
because I know that solve a lot.
Just being transparent and
because you were
just not leading anybody on.
Because some of the schools that were interested in you were quite the distance, like they were pretty far. So
right, and I mean we made the trips.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, another one, Miami. They kind of made me mad too.
Yeah,
but I mean I like, they're cool though. They have a good coaching staff and all that. I feel like they were the most real.
Yeah,
I feel like they were the most real, but when it came down to like that conversation, it didn't come through how I wanted to. But yeah.
What does success look like for you going into your senior year, and then what does success look like to you going into college? Not your career, but just after this year, what is the group success is winning a state championship. Right. We know that. Right. What does success look like for you? How do you
Like, what do I see myself?
What do you see yourself
doing this season?
Yeah.
I see myself. We are run heavy, but I see myself going at least. So I had like, I think I only had like 370 yards last year.
Yeah.
So I see myself at least trying to double that. I was just doing the little things, just like to help the team win.
What does success look like going into
The season.
South Florida?
Oh,
Making that transition to college, what does success look like? Okay, we know that your first year, let's say, you may not be a All-American tight end, right? Like there's a building process to get into that point, especially in that transition. But what do you deem as success? Like, is it gaining a certain weight? Is it being able to be consistent? Like, what is success for you?
I just see myself going in there, like working hard from the start, getting my weight up because, tight end's one of those positions that you gotta be able to play at like 240, 235. You can't come in there at 210 or 210 and be able to compete with those DNs and all that. But just developing the biggest part, just because I've switched from position. Just learning the little things, learning the playbook so I can, because you got to know the playbook. You got to learn everything like that. And then eventually, like I say, I could get in there, try to get in there, get a couple plays, just try to see the field a little bit.
Yeah.
Try to see the field a little bit.
Is there anything that you would have that you want to express to players from what you went through, what you feel like you will go through? What is one piece of advice as we conclude? What is one piece of advice you would give them as they try to go through this journey?
It's really just working hard. That's really all it is. I know everybody's gonna hear that.
Yeah.
But that's really just what it is. And like just doing the little things and having discipline and also like having to make sacrifices of stuff that you want to do.